Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
The Houston Astros are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
This is the Legends 34 Sports Podcast with your hosts, K-Rino and DJ Rapper.
All righty, here we go. Legends 34 Sports Podcast with none other than K-Rino, myself, DJ Rec. And, man, we're going to go right to it, to the NBA, man. What an exciting couple games we were privileged with last night, right?
Man, those
Did you watch
games,
both? Or?
I watched both, and I was glad to be actually at home to be able to watch both. That was crazy. They were saying it on the broadcast like those might have been the best two games ever in one night, playoff-wise, just going down to the wire like that. Both of them with a cloud of controversy over
Yes.
both of them. So that's the part that kind of messes it up a little bit, because you never want any game where you got to talk about the referees at the end. It's not a good
Right.
thing. Yeah, but I loved watching the games themselves, man. The Lakers, you remember when the Rockets couldn't beat Seattle
Yep.
back in the day?
Illegal defense, anybody?
And it was a stretch where they had beaten the Rockets like 13 straight times. We just couldn't beat them. That's what the Lakers are going through with the Nuggets right now. They just 10 in a row. And both games in this series, the Lakers have had.
I can't help but mention the
leads.
team you're saying who knocked out Seattle
Yeah.
when the Rockets won the championship that year.
Yeah, it was
Denver was a dark horse.
Denver 1 year, yeah. And then I think the Lakers the next year. 'Cause they lost 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
But they just can't beat them, man. They was up by double digits in both games, and Denver just keeps chipping away. Slowly but surely. Then Murray just broke their back at the end.
Man.
Like pain. If you a fan of LA, just when that shot went in, now we don't have no dog in that fight.
Right.
So we at home just like, woo. But I know, man, if you're an LA Lakers fan, that was just you know. I can't say I was really upset about it. But I think the one thing that kind of stood out, like I said, with the officiating, LeBron was complaining about a call that had happened earlier in the game where they made a call on D'Angelo Russell, then they took it away. But I just don't believe that one call makes that kind of a difference when you had a 20-point lead like that.
Oh, yeah.
When you blowing these cats out, you can look at certain plays, but don't point to that. And when you're a guy who basically gets all the calls, it's not a good look when you seemingly crying to the referees crying about the referees at the end of the game, man.
Well, the thing is such an enigma that I want to point out is Jokic, right?
Yeah.
I saw a meme where old LeBron is talking to young LeBron. He's like, find the man Jokic and get him interested in racing horses.
Yeah.
This guy has been his Achilles heel, right?
Yeah.
Like, he can't jump 5 inches. He can't run, right? I mean, but this guy's IQ is out of this world. You saw his stats last night, 20 rebounds.
Yeah, 20 and something else.
8 assists or whatever. Like,
Well,
this is a guy outplaying both him, AD, and LeBron. It's amazing.
He's one of those dudes who just does what he needs to do to win. You know, he may hit 40-something one night, but that last night, his scoring wasn't really on, but he said, okay, well, I just snatch a bunch of boards. He just does whatever it takes. Like, you think about a guy like Magic, you think about a guy like Bird and guys like that. They just did whatever the game dictated. But, he's been the Achilles heel really to the whole league these last 2 seasons since he won the championship, because nobody has an answer for him. But Anthony Davis was playing so good last night but they just magically went away from him in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Anthony Davis had 30-some points through 3.
Yeah, yeah.
So what happened in that fourth quarter where the dude only gets one shot and finishes with 0 points in the fourth quarter? See, all that go on coaching, bro. But a lot of it goes on Anthony Davis too, because when you got guys like who we grew up watching Elijah Wan gonna demand the ball.
Yes.
You're not gonna get to go down the court 4 or 5 possessions and he don't touch the ball.
Yeah.
If it's Jordan, if it's Kareem, give me the ball. So if you're not getting the ball, the coaching staff got to recognize it and run some plays to get you the ball. But you also got to take it on yourself as a star player dominating. Hey man, give me the rock. And to me, he didn't do it. These guys, they just kind of accept. Well, I ain't getting the ball, and I don't. That's his fault.
And I think LeBron has something to do with that. Just they all bow to him. I mean, it's, to some
LeBron
extent.
got hot.
Right.
I give credit. LeBron got hot in the fourth quarter. He started coming on and taking the game over, and he was knocking out some big shots. But still, you got to make sure that the other guy who was cooking gets the ball too. You got to make sure that he touched the ball, man. So, but it's a game of inches, man. Bron had a shot at the 3-point line wide open. He make that shot.
Right.
We're having a different kind of conversation right now.
True. But flashing back to the Knicks game, right?
Yeah.
Can't help but shout out ex-Rocket, Hardenstein,
Yeah.
12 rebounds, 16 points, it's 5 assists, 3 blocks, I believe. One crucial block right at the end, right?
Well, he had 12 rebounds, but it was the 12th rebound that was
Right.
the main one.
Yep.
When he got that offensive rebound, DiVincenzo missed the first shot. He jumps in, gets that offensive rebound that allows him to
Right.
get another chance.
Falling on the ground.
Yeah. So he
Way to
grew.
hustle.
He has grown into his game. He found his game, the game that he didn't have. I blame Daryl Morey again because everybody that Daryl Morey would bring in during that time, they got to be a 3-point shooter, even if they not. So you bring Hardenstein in, and now you got him standing all out there like a stretch 5, jacking up 3. That's not his game. His game is a guy who physical, mucks the game up, crash the board, rebounds, block shots, hustle, run, takes fouls. That's his game. And
Right.
a coach like Tom Thibodeau has sense enough to recognize that and use this dude the way he needs to be used. But it was some controversy in that game too.
Yeah.
Because, Maxey got fouled. At least twice he got fouled. And they didn't call. And the coach was trying to call a timeout that they didn't allow him to call. So we saw like a reverse Reggie Miller from 95 situation where they scored like 5 points in 40 seconds. And Philly took an L that they really shouldn't have took last night. That's going to be hard coming back from
I can't help but mention how scary would the Knicks been with Julius Randle, right? They're 2-0 against the Sixers right now without Julius Randle.
Lie, to be honest with you, sometimes a guy like Julius Randle, the chemistry improves when you take a guy like that out. Because as good a player as he is, he kind of stops the ball at times, and it kind of disables some of those other young horses that have been stepping up. We don't know where DiVincenzo would be if Randle was still playing. We don't know what Hart would be if Randle was still playing. Now, it's not to say that if he was to come back tomorrow healthy that you just sit him out, but he don't have a history of playing really all that great in the playoffs either.
So what you're saying is a possibility. I mean, if it's up to you, you might shop him around for something better pieces, maybe.
It depends on what that piece is. If my thing is, if I'm the guy who's injured and my team is playing seemingly better without me, I got to look and see, okay, well, when I come back, how can I fit into this without messing it up? I can't come back and be on some, all right, y'all, I'm back. I need my 25 shots and my 40 touches. I mean, I got to look at what's going to work in terms of winning. So Julius Randle's a great player, man, but I like the chemistry of how they were the 2 seed. 2 seed.
Yeah.
Now, this happened after his injury.
Right.
They moved up and
Brunson.
ascended, to that 2 seed. So, I mean, they may be looking at a possibility to shop him and next year to see if they can get something that fits in more, cohesive with the unit they got. But I don't know.
And it's worth mentioning also, it's kind of painful watching Embiid limp around out there, and even at half mast or whatever, however injured he is, he still has such an impact on the game. You can see it at times. It's just unfortunate that this guy deals with these injuries at an opportune time in his career, right? But
I think certain dudes got injury bodies. They just for whatever reason, they just prone to get hurt all the time. You can go back to Evil Yao. You can go back to freaking Bill Walton, Sam Bowie, Greg Oden. They're just some of these guys they're just so prone to injury.
Derrick Rose.
And it's unexplainable. Yeah, it's unexplainable. Well, every year something seems to happen. But I give Embiid full respect for thugging it out. He's playing through it, because a lot of these guys would just sit it out and just be like, man, you know what, I'm going to come back next year. But the problem when you say I'm going to come back next year, it's like if you are one of those injury-prone dudes, you're going to be hurt next year, most likely. It's a good chance that towards the end of a long season, you're going to still be suffering with some kind of nagging injury. But when he got hurt in game 1, I was like, oh, he done, because he laid on the ground for a while and all. Like, no, he done. But he came back. So, and he's so skilled. But
immensely.
Shout out to my homie Q and Fundy. We was having this conversation the other day. Part of our opinion of why he puts himself in position to get hurt so much is that instead of just going straight to the block and posting up, he likes to get the ball up at the three-point line and dance a little while or back his guy all the way down. So you are expending so much unnecessary energy when all you got to do is just get down on the block. Yeah. You ain't got to be on the perimeter. I know you got that skill set.
Somebody can guard you down there anyway.
Yeah,
you gotta bring a double
I understand
team.
you can cross over, you can step back, you can do all that, things that you don't see a lot of 7'2" guys been able to do. But for the sake of your own physical preservation, dude, just get down in the post. Simple. Get in the post, work out. So, I give him credit, man. Game 3 is going to determine everything for this series, for all series, because everybody's down 0-2 pretty much. The home teams have won every game so far. Maybe that'll be changed at some point. But, man, I don't want to see a quick playoff either. I want to see some 7 games series as well.
All right. Well, from the playoffs to the awards that is coming up, I do want to mention AP Sengun. I think he's up for most improved player.
Yeah,
I wouldn't see why he would not win that.
No, well, you know why he ain't gonna win it? I
limited games played.
No, I could have sworn I saw a tweet today. I don't know how accurate it is, but I think that Maxey already won it.
Oh,
yeah, they gave it to Tyrese Maxey. But you can check that.
Wow, okay.
But his name was the other name that was involved in that, and Maxey, while he I guess he's qualified to win it. I just think that his projection of his trajectory was kind of already determined. Like, we know this guy.
That was last year.
Yeah, last year. Right.
Thinking,
So if you go by numbers, whatever his numbers was last year in comparison to this year, you might could look and say he made this type of jump to where. But Sengun did the same thing. Right. We biased because we Rockets fans, but at the end of the day, man. They're gonna give it to the guy that they with the most popularity and all that.
Well, it's Coach of the Year, Udoka, right? I mean, I know there's other people that are running, but he didn't get him to the playoffs. But man, what a coaching job! I mean,
same thing. We bias, but you got the guy. What's his name? Daynault in OKC.
Yes,
they're like the 1 seed. I don't know where they was last year, so they shoot up to the 1 seed, and then you got even Minnesota's coach. You got Missoula in Boston.
Yeah, Nick's coach, right?
Yeah, and you got Tibbs. So I mean, it's so many ways we can look. We hometown. We looking at our guys, and I think what you mentioned reflects on more so on criteria as well, because you're talking about Udoka taking a 20-win team, a 22-win team, and shooting it up to 41 wins. To me, even if I wasn't in Houston, that's the criteria.
Well, you would think it's a no-brainer
to make that kind of jump from, because especially when you look at the personnel and you can project and say, well, where would they finish? At the beginning, where would they finish? I give them about 32, 33 games, and then they exceed that. But a lot of these other teams, okay, these were playoff teams last year, so we kind of figured they would make possibly make a jumper like that. So yeah, I'm with you. Like, hey man, just based on the obvious turnaround from where this team was the last 3 years to what they are now, that's clearly coaching. That's clear-cut coaching. So
we'll see who gets in, who gets out. But who's your MVP?
Man,
I got to looking at that, and I guess I hadn't really looked at Luka's stats this year.
yeah.
But my goodness,
Yeah.
wow, he's over 34 a game. I don't know if you can pull this up, Reggie, but Luka Doncic's stats, it's almost a triple-double. I'm saying
You got Luka, you got Joker,
Jokic,
and you got Shea.
right? And
Those are the
Embiid
guys.
didn't get in because of games,
Nah,
I
he
guess.
didn't play enough games.
Right.
You got Anthony Edwards, guys like that. But Shea, Luka, and Joker are going to be the three guys. Shea is a 1 seed. They changed the rules to that every year. First they say you got to have this best record, a great record, and all that. But then also you got to fight against the popularity contest thing. So, Joker's got 1 or 2 already. How many did he have?
I think he got two
He got
already.
2 already.
That'd be his third if he gets
If they gave him this one,
I wouldn't
you
disagree.
can't be mad. No, you can't be. No, you can't be mad.
His
if they
numbers
gave
are
him.
outstanding, man.
I
Another
wouldn't
triple-double.
give it to Luka. I wouldn't give it to Luka. Where do they fit? They are a 5th seed, right?
I believe so,
They're
yeah.
5th seed, and they start off on the road. So really, the record didn't just reflect. They put up the numbers. His numbers, as great as he is, in my opinion, are more of a reflection of his usage. Because he's going to get a whole
Luka
lot.
Doncic's stats.
He's going to get a whole lot of touches. Him and Kyrie, and that's why they lost Game 1 to the Clippers, in my opinion, because you got 2 dudes, and then everybody else is just out there. So I would scratch Luka out, and I would just break it down to a 2-man race between Shea.
It's right there, this
and
first
Joker.
ESPN link. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, look at that, 33 points.
Was 34 a game. Almost 10 rebounds. Almost right at 10 assists. Almost a triple-double.
Yeah, great
Steal
numbers.
and a half.
Great
Right.
numbers, but more so usage rate, and it's not impacting winning on that high of a level. They were 5th seed.
Right.
If those numbers were in a 2 or 1 seed, then I could say, okay, it's impacted winning, So I would go with Shea or the Joker on that one. But I think it's going to be the Joker. I think
Right.
going to give it to him.
Probably so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But now, not take nothing away from Luke, not take nothing away from Anthony Edwards, man. Anthony Edwards balling like crazy.
Yes.
So it is. This thing is so, numbers are so inflated in the league these days, man, to where I think picking MVP is one of the hardest things to do in today's game.
Right.
Because like you say, you got guys that are getting 30, 10, and 9, or the numbers are just crazy, bro. Crazy.
Right. Well, before we move on from basketball, any other notables you got written down, or
Man,
as far as
you
basketball,
know,
before we shift gears?
I know we wanted to kind of touch on the Jonte Porter thing, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother.
Yes. Have you heard about this triangle of I don't know what you call it. It's a brotherly dynamic. One brother is up for, here he goes, Coben, 22, was sentenced to 6 years for prison Friday for killing a woman in a drunk driving crash last year.
Yeah.
And now the other brother, Jonte, was playing for the Toronto Raptors, found gambling, and he has been banned. They Pete Rose him out of the NBA, right? And Michael Porter Jr. plays for the Nuggets and won a ring last year, right? Right, as an instrumental player on that team.
Yeah.
But what a three-way dynamic family-wise, right? I don't know if you had been following this.
No, that's a tough situation, man. Because Michael Porter Jr. has set the example of like, look, man, this is the road. This is how we do it. And it got to be tough for him watching his brothers kind of. Who's the oldest? Is Michael Porter Jr. the oldest? Regardless of who's the oldest, the point is it got to be tough watching your brothers kind of go by the wayside like that. But What do you think about the lifetime ban? Do you agree with the lifetime ban? Because the reason why I ask the question is because, okay, he wasn't a star player in the league. He was actually like on the G League team. And we don't know if he would have been a guy who would have made the jump to get on to an NBA right. I think he may have played a few NBA games in his career, but when they say lifetime ban, that's kind of strong for somebody who may not be a repeat offender. Like if this your first time ever doing something like this, I ain't condoning the gambling thing at all, but it would seem like I may have started with 5 years or something like that, 2 years, 3 years, just to kind of give a guy time to rehab, because it's clearly a gambling issue that he has, because you don't have to do it, and then move on from there. So lifetime on the first time, that's kind of strong to me. I ain't gonna lie, dude. That's kind of strong to me, man. What's your thoughts on that, on the lifetime part of it?
Well, my thoughts on gambling, right? Where it goes Super Saiyan, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go on a rec rant, man. Gambling and sports. Man, what a stick in my craw, right? And again, this circles back to hypocrisy. Mm-hmm. Pete Rose banned for life for betting on baseball. Some say he was betting on from the dugout. This is our cardinal sins. Choose Joe Jackson. The whole movie, Field of Dreams, about baseball heaven, because they were denied of the league. They got kicked out of the league, the whole Black Sox scandal, and throwing the game and whatnot. But now let's look at the current landscape. Vegas has now got an NFL team. Reno, from last time I checked, got our own stadium, the Raiders. Yeah. They got a hockey team. I've been to Vegas. I don't know if you've been a couple times. They got the Golden Knights, who already won championships already.
Right.
They're talking about moving athletics to Vegas. Right? LeBron talking about when he retired, he wants to get an NBA team. He wants to move the NBA team there to Vegas.
Bring a team here at some point. That would be amazing.
But yeah, Pete Rose is still banned for life. Pete Rose, a man, if you have a Hall of Fame, should be a 80-foot statue, 800-foot statue of this man, and you take an elevator up to his nutsack. That's where the Hall of Fame should be. This man is the epitome, literally, statistically, of baseball statistics, right? Yeah. This record's never be broken. Right. But now, you are literally got the dugout, or going to have the dugout in Vegas. Yeah. Right? You got teams, football teams in Vegas, man. I mean, I don't never thought we'd ever come to this day. We see this day. You look on ESPN, they're in bed with all the gambling advertisements, all the different celebrities advertising how to gamble and put. Right. Dude, I mean, this is an inevitability. These athletes have millions of dollars. They come into town in Vegas. They're big whales. They go to these hotels, run up big gambling tabs. What do you think is going to happen? Ask Cecil Fielder. To this day, Cecil Fielder and his son don't have a relationship over gambling, man, over being banned from Vegas and running up huge hotel tabs. And again, here we are banning a man for life from the NBA because he said he was sick in a game, and because he left the game early, that's determined the outcome of the game, and so that's why he was placing bets, right? Like, no, I don't believe he should be there banned for life, because if you're going to do that, then you got to go all the way down the line, man. Yeah. I mean, you got to make it fair. I mean, this is...
To your point, yeah, it is a level of hypocrisy involved in it, because you got FanDuel and all these different betting sites that you can bet and gamble on. Like you say, teams are starting to come and get franchises in the city of Vegas, and that's, that a lot has to do with the whole gambling hub that Vegas is and all that. Now, I will say this. If you're in the league, if you're part of a team, part of whatever, you're a player, coach, whatever, then you shouldn't be betting on the league that you're in, the games that you're part of, or the teams that you're facing every night, because it is a conflict where you can compromise something, whatever. But I ain't arguing that point. I'm arguing the point of like, okay, when you catch this guy, okay, you got me. The punishment, it's ridiculous. Pete Rose got banned in the 90s, right? That's been 30-some years, dude. So when you look at it through the lens of just the modern day, right now, today, it looks ridiculous for a lifetime ban to have been imposed on him. That's why I'm looking at Jonte Porter like, okay, in 15, 20 years, what will the dynamic be? What will the setup be in sports to where it's like, would that look ridiculous that they ban this guy that's a G League guy for life? Now, also it poses the question to me, what if it was Michael Porter Jr. instead of his brother, or even a more established star player? What if they found out
like
that
they are rumors? I don't know if you heard about this. LeBron had somebody making bets. I don't know if you heard about
okay,
this.
so let's play that for example. Let's say if that gets confirmed, and all of a sudden we find out LeBron was getting down like that. Now LeBron being the cash cow for the NBA that he is, and just for sports that he is, they're not gonna ban him for life. So the ban for, and then look. It's a hierarchy. It's levels. We understand to the league, don't nobody care about Jonte. He's expendable. We'll use him as an example. But, the lifetime ban is too much for me. I remember guys that got banned for drugs, got banned for different things. The brawl at the Palace, they got kicked out about 35, 40, 50 games or whatever. But lifetime is too long. That's all I'm adding to. That's too long, man.
And to be,
you don't know what. And I'm sorry to cut.
Go ahead. No.
At 20, what? How old is he?
24, I believe.
Okay. At that young of age, you are basically saying, I'm not giving you any rope or any room to possibly rehab and get yourself together, like, because again, you're treating me like a repeat offender in the criminal situation where I've robbed 3 or 4 people, I've assaulted 4. I've been in your courtroom 5 times, and you finally say life in prison, no parole. Yeah. It's the same thing to me. It's like, dude, this is the first time.
Right.
Not condoning it, but lifetime, nah, that's too much.
No, same here. I'm not condoning it. I want to be clear. I don't want gambling in my sports. I don't. It's just oil and water. It compromises everything you're trying to establish out there as far as a level playing field. Of course, I don't condone gambling at all. I mean, gambling on the side, you got to compartmentalize the two, right? Yeah. But I'm pointing out that Vegas now is this sports mecca. They're trying to do this. What in the hell do you think's going to happen? It's inevitable, man.
And what is the conversation in sports anyway? Like, who's playing tonight? Oh man, the Clippers versus the Mavericks. Well, Vegas has it.
Yes.
The Clippers Vegas this.
Yes.
Oh, who's boxing tonight? These two box. Oh well, Vegas is saying that they're
in bed together now.
That's the hub. Right. with our stars. But also, even beyond gambling, it's so many different scenarios where people have been able to kind of like manipulate what happens and the results of a game. Donahue, the referee from years ago,
referees
fixing
and
games and all that. As somewhere at the root of all that is some money involved in that. Even the guy now, man, Scott Foster, who's the current referee now, who always had a problem with Chris Paul and the Rockets never won a playoff game when this guy was the ref. Chris Paul said that this guy told him one time, you've never beat me. They was coming out for the game, and the referee tells Chris Paul, you've never beat me in a game. So, he's competing against the ref, right. Which in reality, I guess he was.
Right.
So, now I don't know if they were able to confirm that he said that, but dude, you are compromising the integrity of the game just by having that mentality. So it's a lot of dirty stuff going on within the game, and you don't think these referees are in cahoots if it's certain players they don't like or certain teams they got grudges against, and they can absolutely determine an outcome if the game is close. Unless we just come out blasting threes and blowing y'all out where they can't impact it. If it's close, man, they got a strong hand on it, man. So I just don't believe that young man should be banned for life. I just don't believe that, man.
No, with the hypocrisy, it's too much. But I'm glad you brought up Chris Paul, right? Because I saw a meme or a rumor, I guess, that he might be going to the Spurs next year. I like that prospect. You're going to take Wembanyama and you're going to put him under the tutelage of one of arguably the greatest floor generals in the NBA, top 10 maybe.
Yeah. Well,
I'm all down for that. That's let alone what a leader Chris Paul is.
It can work as far as, like you said, the tutelage and the mentorship. Would it impact winning? Probably not. Just learning, but because even at this stage, like Chris Paul, he's already coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So if he went to the Spurs or pretty much any team next year, that would probably still be his role coming off the bench. And if he's getting minutes at all, because with Pop, I remember when you remember when McGrady went to the Spurs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't remember Tracy
after
McGrady
microfracture
at
surgery.
the end. He played, and he didn't hardly play at all.
No.
Now he wasn't the same guy, but he just didn't get a lot of playing time. So I know Chris can still. He got a little bit more in the tank, but he's gonna be 39 next year, coming up on 40. If he really wants to try to really make a last gasp effort to try to get a ring, then I don't think the Spurs would be the place for him to go. If I'm Chris Paul, I'm not going to the Spurs just to help Wembanyama be great. And we still winning 30 games a year, unless some people come with me. I would like to see him go somewhere where he got a legit shot. And he thought he was doing that this year, but Golden State, they on the downslide.
And it's worth mentioning his influences probably with the Thunder. Look at them now. The Suns, look at them now.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a winner, man.
Right.
You
Everywhere he goes,
you don't have
a
to
leader.
have a championship ring to be a winner,
Right.
to be considered a winner. Sometimes you just face a better team. Sometimes he's always had a bad history of injuries at the wrong time.
Yeah.
We still cry about that in his Houston days.
Right.
But the guy definitely does change teams around, because I gained a lot of respect for Chris Paul when he was traded to the Thunder for
me
Russell
too.
Westbrook, because he was in a situation where he could have just got bought out.
Yeah, I want to leave.
I don't want to play with
He
these
took the
young
challenge
dudes.
and he brought them into
To
the playoffs.
in a
that
game
year.
7 against the
Yeah,
Rockets.
and was not in MVP talks at all that year, which
yeah.
was like, what?
They almost beat the Rockets.
Yes.
That wasn't supposed to go 7.
All because of his leadership.
So he taught those guys, and you got to think, they had a young Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on that team then.
Yeah,
He
they
wasn't
did.
the guy he is now, but he was on that team. Lou Dort and all those guys,
Right.
guys who are really good players now, they was on that team. So, love him or hate him, because I got homies who don't like Chris Paul because of his timely injury
the Rockets.
propensity.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I got a lot of respect for the dude. So if he leaves, which he's probably going to leave Golden State, man, go somewhere where you got a shot, man. Go play somewhere where you can get on a contending team, come off the bench, play some good minutes, and have a chance to ride off into the sunset
Right.
with some jury on your finger, man.
Right. Well, I guess we'll switch into football. What better way to switch into football? Taking out this lovely jersey, my beautiful wife, Deidre.
I see. You got it. That's
She's
kind
part of the wardrobe now.
Yeah, I see. That's pretty
Legends
dope, man.
34. She picked this Campbell with battle red and baby blue.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous over
Well,
that.
yeah, man.
That's pretty
Thanks
nice.
again, honey. Awesome. Perfect. Which segues us perfect into the new uniforms that were announced today for the Texans. I don't know if you got a chance to see these.
Nah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, they
look
got
like
the
the
new
same,
battle
like-
red with the candy red face mask with the horns, and they got the blue H on this one.
So
and
what's
this
different, the helmets or the uniform?
See, we got the video, Reggie. We can play
Because
the little
I've
video.
seen them in red, I've seen them in the blue, and I've seen them with the white jersey and the blue bottom. So it looked the same.
Yeah, the first tab, Reg.
Now the helmets look a little bit different. I give you that.
Go and click on
the
it,
helmet.
Reg. The first one. Yes. It's right here. Go up. Go up. Right here. First look. Texas new battle red uniform. You can mute the sound.
Man.
You can full screen it.
So look, y'all haven't seen them playing in all red? I've seen them.
Yeah, they've had battle red, but their
So what's the
design's a
difference?
little different. See the horns on the side, you can see the helmet's
That's
different.
so subtle, man. I'm like, y'all wasting time to
And the
design
face mask
it.
is all red.
Yeah, I mean that's subtle change. That's not nothing dramatic to me. I
And the
wouldn't even
sleeves
know.
see the stripes on
Yeah,
the
I see
sleeve.
the little tiger stripes on the sleeves, man. Now that blue helmet kind of look like the Titans
go
a
back,
little bit.
minimize and go back up one video in the playlist. There's one above it that shows more. Right, it's live, Mark and Drew. Now you can see
Okay, now you see this helmet right here?
Yes, yeah,
That's like got some little Titans like blue up in it, man. And you know they've been funking and beefing for years behind wanting to use the Columbia blue throwbacks and the Addams family, not the TV show, but Bud Adams' family. Yeah, no snaps. They have been like real like adamant about y'all ain't getting these uniforms and it's been a real big beef behind that, even to the point where the Texans I think they were trying to introduce a variation of the uniform that kind of had a little
with the blue in it, right?
Columbia blue in it,
Right.
and they like some cease and desist type stuff,
Right,
man.
man.
So it's serious, man. But this helmet, the blue one, the first thing
Full
I
screen?
saw was Titans. It kind of got that Titans blue in it, man. You know. I don't know, man.
And see how the white one's got the black with the red outline, and then the lettering is a little different too. It's got the little sharp edges.
Y'all are real detailed. I would have never noticed all that type of stuff. I don't be looking that hard, but I can kind of see the red hair. The difference in
Yeah,
the
I like the
helmet.
red. The differences in the red. That's
But I'm not fooling with that because that looks like too much like Tennessee. Straight up. I rock with the old school.
Right.
You know? I rock with those more than anything. This so Titans to me. Straight up.
right.
Straight up.
And we got the draft coming. You bring the draft picks up on the screen. We got the draft coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
In Detroit, they're holding it. You know, you got Eminem doing all these ads for it. But here are the picks we got. I believe it's 9 picks. And I wanted to pick these up because, look at these, because you see some of these come from other teams.
Right.
Like this 6, I think, come from the Stephon Diggs trade. I think the Cleveland came from the massage parlor, attic gate. What do you call it? Massage gate.
You talking about Robert Kraft? Oh, my bad.
Oh, yeah,
my
Robert
bad.
Kraft. Yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
it. Right. Deshaun Watson debacle there, yeah. And then we got picks from Philadelphia. But what I want to point out, the record number of picks this year in the draft is 11 between 3 teams. I think Packers is one of them.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the Bears only got 4 picks this year. Dude, consider how we're already stacked in free agency and the trade they made or whatever. And now you also got 9 picks. Man, you talk about setting yourself up for success, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, hope we're not going to jinx ourselves, but this is the most promising Texans year on history, I mean, by far.
You can never have too much, you know. An abundance of riches is never a bad thing, you know. If you won $1 million tomorrow and somebody offered you $1 million more, you're not gonna turn it down and say I'm good. So yeah, you know, we deserve some prosperity.
You can say that again.
Yeah, we deserve
saying
some
it.
prosperity.
We
you know, it's been a hard
deserve
20-something years dealing with some of the buffoonery that's taking place in the front office in the Houston Texans organization. But now they're starting to get it together and making the right moves, because before you can make the right player personnel moves, you have to make the right front office and coaching staff moves. And that's what they did. That's what they addressed. So now you got Caserio's doing a good job. They got rid of the Easterby dude and all that, the Easter Bunny. And then you got D'Amico to come in. And so once you kind of get your head together, then the body is going to function a little better. So hey man, get as much as you can, stack as much as you are able to stack, because injuries happen. Unfortunate situations come about where this guy may not be what he playing on the level he thought he would. Look at what happened with Damian Pierce and Devin Singletary last year. Like, we just knew Damian Pierce was going to be that next dude, that Arian Foster type level dude, and he fell off. So now Singletary comes in that spot and basically saves us at our running game. So you just never know, man. Get what you can get, bro. Get what you can get.
Speaking of running backs, I believe, I'll give a shot at this name here, Goomba Wale.
Yeah. That's it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Third string running back.
Yeah.
They re-signed him this year.
They better
for
sign
a year.
him. He had to play kicker this year.
That's right.
Yeah, he kicked a field goal. And,
sure did.
Yeah. That's you. Every team needs a utility, an all-purpose utility guy. When our kickers was out of whack, anybody know how to kick? I'll try it, and he got the job done, man.
Anybody know how to take air out the ball? It's kind of raining. I mean,
hey man, you need everybody.
Oh,
needs
that's
an
Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
But again, man, we can't wait for the Texans season to start. Huh?
Yeah, no question about it, man. You know, sometimes you got to give up something to get something. So, you know, our highest pick is number 42, but you can still get a lot of great players deep into those rounds. You know, you just got to just have the right scouting in place and have the right personnel to know what we're looking for and what we need. So it's cool.
We'll keep it rolling here on the football, right? Football note. I got a Santa Claus can. He's got his bag of goodies. And I got a flash from your past. Are you ready for this?
What we got, man? I see what I'm saying? I had this thing. I had this boy back in the days, man. Put that in the camera.
This.
What?
None of us.
I got a flashback, though.
Hopefully gonna show
Yeah,
us.
let me see if I can dust the rust off.
There's a switch, and it all.
It got batteries in it already?
Yes.
Okay.
It's got the
all right.
sounds. So there's a 1 and 2. I guess
one,
it'd be a
one and
one
two
player.
are no 1 and 2 are the levels.
What?
Yeah,
See,
you
here
got
we go, man.
you got the Let me see
Let's
something.
get this fired up here.
See, that's the easy level. I got it on 1.
Oh, okay.
And these dots represent, okay, that's you. So see how I go up? So when I went up, that player moved. So now he gave me a hole. Boom. Okay, I can back up, I can go down, and now see, he went down and tackled me. But I was trying to get to that hole so I can bust through and hit that sideline on them boys.
Down the sidelines, touchdown.
Reset it. I can't believe I'm doing this good. I ain't played this game.
Man, look at this. This is
175 years.
throwback.
See, look down.
Oh.
See, I ran into him. If I'd have got up, I'm gone.
Was that LT? That was Lawrence Taylor, right?
No, that was Mike Singletary. But on the cool, man, where'd you get this?
Oh, I think I got on eBay, man. Mattel.
See, now I'm gone.
My wife told me when I fired that thing up, she goes, I remember her brothers started fighting when you hear this
Man,
sound.
This is it. This is the game that I had. This was beautiful. Like, if we went out of town, like my family went out of town, 3-hour drive, I'm straight.
How did you not allow that without a mute on it? Well, they're about to kill you.
Nah, yeah.
About
you
5 minutes into that drive.
Well, nah, look. Let me see. See the sound? Push sound. It's automatically mute.
Oh, damn. It's
Yeah.
sophisticated.
They was up. Now, if I put this on 2, now the stakes is raised because this is like higher level now. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, man. This game right here.
When's the last time you had that in your hands?
Decades, bro. That's why I say I'm surprised that I was able to just. It's like my mind just kicked right back in.
I'm like riding a bike.
Yeah. And that K stands for kick. Like if you get to certain yard line, because it shows your field position and all that up here. And you like 25, you kick and this. I forgot. This starts it over, like resets it. But yeah, man. I mean, this was the game, bro. Handheld football game back in the days, bro.
Well, it's yours now, man.
Man,
That's
hold on,
K-Rino's,
man. Oh boy,
Mattel football.
I'm not gonna get no work done for the next 2 weeks. Playing this again, man. I appreciate this. Yeah, man. I'm out of there because this is really, man. This is a real flashback, a blast from the past from my childhood, man. Straight up, man.
Would it be cool to get some of those sounds and put them in a beat and make a song and stuff?
Hey, look. Shout out to my guy Megaran.
There
I don't
you
know
go,
if y'all ever
man.
heard of Megaran. He took a lot of video game theme songs and he puts beats behind hip hop beats and he raps on that stuff, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate this, man. You know, y'all look out for me, brother. This was the game, man. Straight up.
Probably got that on a Christmas morning or something like that.
What? Before Christmas, I had one of these in June or something like that, man. Nah, that was the game, man.
Right, that
Along
was
with the
something
head-to-head,
else, man.
Straight up, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it for football, man. We're going to see what the draft going to do, and we can't wait for Texas to start. And Like we was talking about earlier with uniforms and everything. But I guess we'll switch gears to baseball.
Yeah.
Astros still, their 200 game season going on, and we got Verlander back.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get McCullers back in a couple weeks. Framber back maybe a month, maybe about a month for both.
Is McCullers coming back?
That's where we're hearing rumors, maybe
Really?
a month or so.
Yeah.
But we need pitching, man. We need something because stop the bleeding. Because I think we're 7-14 right now, and we're in the bottom.
Yeah, and it's bad.
Right.
But Verlander looked good.
You did.
His first outing. I don't know if that was some adrenaline or just him being the veteran that he is, but that was a good sign to see him pitch the way he pitched. It gave you a flashback of what we've been used to over the last few years because and Framber been pitching all right, but it's still not as dominant as you want it to be. Blanco's been like the surprise.
Yeah.
But if they can lock in on a tight, at least 3 guys, dependable guys, because Hunter Brown is proven to not be. He's not the guy.
He's not starting material.
He's not starting material. He's had too many opportunities, too long of a look to determine if he's really that guy. They was comparing him to Verlander and all that. He's not that guy. So we need 3 dependable guys that. See, the problem with the Astros so far this year, they have been putting guys on the mound that can't hardly even get you out the second inning.
Yeah.
And that's not going to get it. It doesn't matter how good your lineup is, your hitters are. If you don't have pitching, if I'm down 5-0 after 1, 8-2 by the third inning, it's over. It's over. So I don't know if it's something that the manager has to kind of adjust and work through and make some changes here and there, but it ain't looking too good. The only thing that they kind of have working in their favor is that the rest of the division, they not raising no hell either. So they still in striking distance, but you don't want to even have to dance that dance going down the stretch.
And also worth mentioning, Tuve is having a hot start, which is usually a promising sign for the Astros. But this year,
well,
bittersweet.
It
but
don't matter when the pitching ain't. See, because these guys are giving up so many runs, and the games are over.
Right, third, fourth inning.
Yeah, and it doesn't even give you a hope or a chance. Like, dudes, I forgot. I was riding down the street listening to the game on the radio one day last week. I can't remember which game it was, but no, I was at home, and the score was like 1-1. By the time I got to the car and was getting ready to leave, it was like 4-1. It's like instantly they was in trouble. So pitching wins in baseball. Make no doubt about it, man. You don't always have to have this killer lineup of hitters, but you better have some pitching, bro.
Well, it's going to be a short season if they don't get that figured out because
the bullpen even been.
The Rangers are in our
suspect.
division. Let's not us forget.
Yeah,
they
and
are the champ.
they not busting out the gates either, but they ahead of us, But they're gonna have to come on with it, man. They got to.
And you got the Yankees, of course. They're going to be good. And then the Dodgers and they're going to make noise. But we'll see how baseball. But since we got baseball, there's one other present of Santa's bag here that came in.
Oh, man. I got me
got his own.
I got my own J.R. Richard. Oh, it's going down. It's going down, man. It's not even my birthday, man. I appreciate this,
I'll put a link in the description where you can get these J.R. Richards shirts.
Yeah, man.
In honor of this great Astros pitcher, man. It was a dominant force.
Without a doubt,
click? All righty, we're going to pick up where we left off here. And I wanted to make a correction, if we could, from last show, which was very interesting, right? About the Hall of Fame.
It all makes sense now.
Charles Smith Jr. And this is he's a high school basketball coach in Louisiana. Peabody, Louisiana High School has won 9 state titles, which I can't help but mention. If he's won 9 state titles, how many state championships has he been and lost?
Yeah, no, that's a good question.
And they say this man is still driving the bus for the school.
Wow.
Right, and they've brought him into the Hall of Fame, Nathan's Hall of Fame. But, Charles Smith Jr., which his dad, senior, I believe, is, I have to look that up, but he's somebody of notoriety as well. So, but This year's Naismith Hall of Fame, Charles Smith Jr., 9-time high school state title coach.
Great correction, because it makes so much sense to me now. Because y'all heard me last. I'm like, Charles Smith for the Knicks. Now, to my defense, they put a picture of Charles Smith on the one I saw, the NBA Charles Smith.
You weren't the only one that got it.
Right. But congratulations to this brother.
Right.
Because
Pull back up the picture, go
I
back
had never
to the
heard
top.
of him. So yeah, it all makes sense to me now. That's cool, because this ain't a wreck rant, but it was a Reno rant around this bad boy. And he still got his hairline. That hairline is pristine.
39 years head basketball coach. Wow. What a job, man.
No
Awesome.
Already. Well, I'm a big fan of the Hall of Fame ceremony. I watch it every year, so I get a chance to hear his speech. Hopefully,
Right, man.
check
They're
him
so
out.
wonderful. The people they thank and that got them to the top, right?
And Robert Orr still should be in.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that should be considered that are not even in the discussion.
No doubt.
Right, but well, it brings us to our segment, which is so near and dear to my heart, and a lot of us, and let alone yourself, and that is sports for the special needs, for the handicap. There's stuff we're learning about through the power of YouTube, sports we've never heard of, and like we'll get to a little bit later, like the baseball for the blind, and how they're using technology so that people who are disabled can enjoy sports or not. Yeah. And this is what better segment for you to talk about your experience, if you don't mind. Bring up the playlist in the wheelchair basketball league that you, again, correct me at any time I'm wrong here, because I'm kind of ignorant on this, and I want to know way more about this, because I can't wait to hear this. Yeah. You've been involved in this quite some time, or only about 4 years ago, or you're still involved? Please, by all means, elaborate.
The origins of this is a guy named Jorge the Promoter, and he was in a wheelchair. He was doing his thing, but it never stopped him from getting out and promoting rap events and putting together concerts and bringing people together. So this event was an event that was started by him, the wheelchair basketball game. So he asked myself and a lot of other artists to come out and participate in it. So we were like, okay, look, y'all got to sit in the wheelchairs and hoop in the wheelchairs and play against actual professional wheelchair basketball players.
Okay, so that's what we're seeing right here?
Right. So, but what happened was the guys who are the actual wheelchair players, man, they are amazing. Like,
right.
I'm gonna tell you how amazing that they are. They move in those wheelchairs. They run fast breaks, bro. They running fast breaks, passing. They spinning off of you in the wheelchair and laying the ball and shooting the ball in the wheelchair. The score of this game we played, I think we've kind of just warming up right here. The score at halftime was 30-2, and we had the 2. They beat the crap out of us. And because, I mean, it's so fluid. They just running and gunning and passing and moving, playing defense. Like you trying to come down in your wheelchair and they'll get in front and lock you up and you can't even go around. You just stuck. So it just gave me such an appreciation for those guys, because they're confined to those chairs, obviously, for life. But it didn't stop their life from moving on. See, like, as you can see, look how fast God moving, and we can't even maneuver because we're not used to it. They passing the ball and doing their thing. So it was a great thing to be a part of. But without Jorge the Promoter organizing that and putting that together, I would have never got a chance to have that experience, and a lot of people who were there wouldn't have got a chance to gain appreciation, for those guys. This is an Olympic sport, if I'm correct. They have a lot of I guess the what do you call it? The I don't like to use the word handicap, but those Olympics, So I mean, they know what they're doing, man. It was beautiful to be a part of it.
How long did it take you to get somewhat used to the wheelchair? And
I didn't.
Or you didn't at all.
I didn't at all.
Couldn't get acclimated at all, right?
You became manageable in it. But
right there, you're immediately giving the ball
up. because they have rules. See,
I was about to ask you, what's the rules on like double dribble?
You can travel all that. See, so it's like when you get the ball, you can get, if I'm not mistaken, you get a bounce and a push.
Ah.
But after a certain bounce and a push, you have to pass the ball as it's travel. So a lot of times, while I'm trying to process the rules in my mind, I'm trying to make sure I don't violate the rules.
Stop it, boys and girls. Stop. I hear y'all snickering, traveling. I hear y'all,
Yeah.
I hear y'all snickering. Don't do that.
Look,
Be respectful.
traveling. They have rules that you have to follow. You can't just go down the court just wheeling it and stopping and starting again.
So there are rules.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
wondering about that.
You can't stop and then start again. It's just like traveling and when you're on your feet, you know. And like I say, they beat the snot out of us, man. You know, it turned to the point where we really was like, okay, this is a
Look at
different
this guy.
level.
He fell out.
Yeah,
got
he
right
fell
back
out, got
up.
right back up. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Look, I'm looking for somebody to give it to. I'm like, I don't want no parts of it. Like, all I was trying to do in my mind was get in position. Look at that, behind the back pass bucket. Those are the pros.
Right.
This guy rolls down the court, behind the back bounce pass, guy lays up and scores. Yeah.
So right there, like when it's out of bounds, because I see right now when it hit off for somebody.
Yeah.
So it's like whoever hits last.
Ooh.
Yeah, just like in real battle, if it goes off you, it's out of bounds, you know. But we would just, if you really lock in, you could tell.
There was no 12-0 skunk going on.
Who's the pros and who? If it was, we would have lost in the first half. Because like I say, I think we were down like 30-2 at halftime, something like that. You know, it wasn't even close. Look at that, it's just simple for them. And Magno was there from Swisher House, you know. Immediately when I get the ball, I'm looking to give it up, like, you know. But shout out to Jorge the Promoter, man, because, you know, he passed away. So R.I.P. to George, and there's even been some conversations of trying to keep it going in his name and in his honor because this was his event. This was his event. He put all this together, and you can't really see everybody, but there was a lot of people in the bleachers, and a lot of people came out to support. Man.
This is. I was telling the crew, like, dude, this is something we would love to endorse or promote on the show. Like, this is so amazing, right, as far as sports goes, and especially hooping. Yeah. Because even myself, you know, I'm big now. I always wondered, you know, what if in my old age, you know, I'd hoop in a wheelchair, like, just to hoop again, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, but I'm going to tell you, it is not as easy as it might look because it's literally like,
you ain't even tried shooting one time yet.
I may have taken a couple of shots. I got an assist on that play. But
where's the part where you dunk? Fast forward?
That's fast forward. All the way off the video. But it was for a good cause, man, and it was a good learning experience. And it's also an example of how you people inspire you to not give up because you got these people who they could have easily given up, man. Woo! Look at that. Pros, man. Pros.
That boy got the running three-pointer.
Pros, man.
3-point runner. Wheeler. The 3-point wheeler.
In warm-up, I was sitting under the goal and couldn't make the ball reach the rim. So he just shot a rolling three-pointer from a wheelchair. That's my first
there
shot.
You go. Hey.
Yeah. But nah, man, that was a blessed thing. And
man.
Shout out to Miss
Hope you get to do it again.
Yeah, Miss V had reached out from Hush Radio and was actually talking about putting something like this back together for George. So who knows?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
And also, Reggie Clark, he had mentioned that his own son, his son is also
it's part of a Miracle League, or the Miracle League rather. It's a special needs baseball team.
Yeah.
And it's
put on by the Astros.
By the Astros, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's dope.
Yeah.
He said they got a blind girl that's on the team where she's legging out a hit, and they have a sound where they click the stick so she can hear it.
Yeah. Like they'll toss the ball, she'll hit. It takes her a couple of times, but when she finally hits, she'll hit.
Right.
And then what they'll do is they have someone in front of her with the cane.
Right.
And they'll tap the cane.
So she knows where to go.
And she'll follow the cane.
Man. See,
It's amazing to see.
it's like I say, it's just proof that you can't put limits on yourself no matter what
Pull up the
situation
beat ball
you might be in.
right here.
That's crazy to me.
The beat ball gives a chance for blind people. Check this out. Technology is now coming to play. You can unmute it. Fast forward a little bit. There you go.
Baseball team may have lit them on the field.
Batting practice.
Let's have some fun. Here we go.
What they're seeing
You can full screen it.
is this.
Set. Ready, ball.
The game is beep baseball.
Right.
The players are all legally blind.
Well, then when you think about baseball, you're told to look the ball into your glove, see the ball, hit the ball.
Set. Ready, ball.
So beat baseball provides an avenue for blind, visually impaired players to play the game of baseball.
It's adaptive athletics organized by Mind's Eye Radio. The ball makes this sound when it's pitched and fielded. The bases, too.
Wow.
And since there are different levels of visual impairment,
Here we go.
everyone wears a blindfold to even the field.
Oh.
They started the team in 2020. Now, this 3-year-old team is a well-oiled machine, having been to the Beat Ball World Series twice.
Wow.
I've always wanted to play baseball as a kid, but having RP and pretty low vision most of my life, that really restricted a lot of my sports endeavors. So this is my way of playing baseball.
You know, being disabled, you deal with so much adversity in your life, and it's amazing just to be out here and not have to worry about any of that. You're here with people that are just like you, and you don't
That's
have to
what's
worry
so
about
cool,
not being
right?
able to
Being
drive
amongst
or any of the difficulties.
people
of being
are like
blind.
yourself, man. Have that
it's an even
camaraderie,
playing
right?
field out here.
St. Louis is baseball heaven. We want to make it beat baseball heaven, too.
And they're well on their way. Playing here at the Slicer Complex in St. Charles, it's kind of like a field of dreams. Even has the corn.
Yeah, no.
And next year, it'll have something else.
Yep, so 24, 25, we were the first organization to get the World Series in back-to-back years for quite some time. It was a big deal.
They built their team, and others are coming. Next weekend for a regional tournament, and next year.
Our goal is to be competing for a championship right here on our home turf in 24 and 25.
Steve Harris, News 4.
Yeah.
I know you're dying to join and lead the league in strikeouts.
No,
K-Rino.
man, nah. I'm look, and on the cool, I can
I'm sorry,
see.
I couldn't help that.
I played softball one time and struck out, so it is what it is. But yeah, you got to commend them because, like I say, to me, what I get out of that is people not letting a disability hinder them in terms of like, I can't do this, I can't do that. You know, it's always a way to figure out how to participate and how to be a part of what everybody else does. It's just in your own way.
Right,
blessings. And it makes us look at our blessings. Like, man, look, bro, we can see, walk, talk, do what we do. You know, we can't take that type of stuff for granted either. You know, plain and simple.
Which I can't help but have a flashback memory of my own, and that is when I used to hoop a lot of different gyms, and I hooped a lot at the Casa Boom.
Oh yeah,
YMCA.
Old school Casa Boom.
And I remember going on like Mondays or Tuesdays, like more during the day. I guess probably when it wasn't school, probably during the day. And these older men would be up there playing full court, man. You know, these guys had to be probably in their 70s, 60s, playing full court basketball. And I remember getting the opportunity to play with them. And I used to, you know, wonder, like, if I get this old, will I still be able to play at this level? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that wonderful? You know?
Yeah.
But here I am, big pant load, and I guess that's not going to happen. Right?
Well, I mean,
give me a wheelchair.
everything is based around what you do when you are young.
Right.
You know, so
but you're still hooping actively.
That's
right?
why I said it, because at the end of the day, I'm in my 50s. And the fact that I never stopped. See, the key is to never stop. When you get to about in your 30s and all that, and you take that little 6-7 month stretch where I ain't hooped in a year, I ain't hooped in 8 months, then that's when the slowdown starts to take place. But if you consistent in exercising to some degree or playing, you don't got to play every day, but you got to play enough to where you can kind of keep yourself regulated and do the best to eat the best you can and all that, and then you will be, because I can go back to my late teens and 20s, and we would play against guys that were 35, 45, that was still really good. Now I'm that guy that's up there, and it's been many days well, we was smoking these youngsters out there on the basketball, guys that could be our sons or whatever. So it's about maintenance. You keep yourself in decent shape, you can always play and compete. And they got guys that's, like you say, older than us. It's in certain days of the gym I play in, you got guys that come in at 65, 70 years old, same way. And they move at their own pace.
When was the last time you played a full court game?
Probably about a month ago, because I played in the league. Yeah, played in the league. So I do a little bit of both. Yeah, I'm in shape.
Yeah, that's in shape, man. I gotta come in that.
Yeah,
awesome, man.
You know,
right.
But it's just about never stopping though, because once you stop for a long period of time, man, it's the law of use and abuse and misuse and non-use. You don't use it, you lose it. You know, as long as you keep it sharp and don't get rusty. But if you let it sit up year and year, the next thing you know, you can't use it no more.
What better way to transition into the last clip, I guess, of the show? And that is you're good at basketball, you're good at half court, and you play full court, even at your age at 39 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen basketball like this? This is Russian rugby basketball. We got the name on this yet?
Man.
K's going to sign up for this league next. Yeah, this is not a foul.
Bro. Why do you even need refs? We don't even need refs for this.
This dude running with the
no
ball. Look
traveling.
at that. Oh, look at that. Night Train Lane be proud right there.
No flagrant, one or two.
Was doing cartwheels, somersaults.
And we playing on a basketball court. This ain't grass or turf.
Oh, boy.
You know the crazy part about this?
Y'all used to play this in the street?
No.
We did.
The crazy part about this, I'm willing to bet that the injuries are still lower than what they are in the NBA.
Right? Draymond Green need to join this league, for real, man. He's in the wrong league.
These guys are probably real, actual rugby players that just transitioned over into this basketball court. You don't want to be out there with these dudes. Look, they don't even dribble. It's rugby. It's rugby and just lay it up.
At least somebody at least dunk it. Like I want to see a suplex.
No,
and a dunk
these guys
move.
are 5'5", 5'6". You know.
Yeah, I gotta.
Forearm that dude.
You get Randy Orton in this league, it'd be fucking incredible.
Bro, you gotta be.
Where's the Undertaker?
I value my knees and back too much to participate.
They're all making lefts. They know them shooting.
Look at that. That's a weak
No
suspension.
Free throws, no fouls, no dribbling, no goaltending,
None
no
of that.
basketball, no fun.
There
No.
shouldn't be no ref. They actually have a ref. What is the ref's job?
Nothing but the emergency room for you tonight. Rug ball, there you go.
Yeah. Good luck.
What if you're wearing a wig or a toupee? Is it a rug ball?
Hey,
or?
while you're playing, I kind of know some guys who hoop like this for real. in the real basketball, I know some guys who actually play like this.
And Rich, you know this, man. At Milby, this was fourth grade. We skipping from fourth grade gym to play with the football players.
Yeah. Look at that. And he pushed him in the air. As soon as he left his feet, he put he about to tackle his own teammate.
Man.
Nah, man, they can have that. They can have that one, man.
Oh, one more thing, right before we go.
Yeah.
I saw you got a new video out with Afroman. This guy's jumped out of a plane. Yeah. You know about this?
I haven't seen it. I
saw
the clip. I saw the thumbnail, but I haven't watched it yet. You know, I know because we just did the song. Probably
just Google K-Rino Afroman.
Yeah.
There it is. Here it is. Fast forward and play the sound and full screen. Full screen.
Oh yeah, this is pretty. This is new.
Yeah, it's 3 days old.
Yeah.
It's got 400 views, I think.
Disconnect the truth from the rumors. And then protect the youth from the growers.
Have you ever skydived?
No.
What would be something you ever think you'd do?
No. Never.
Never.
Heck nah. It's nowhere in the world I can do that.
Well, while we were watching this, I had the bright idea. I was like, man, we can get K-Rino to rap while he's skydiving. That'd be a first. Well, actually, we found out somebody already did it.
Yeah.
That's the next clip.
I don't think they print enough money to make me do that. Nope. Yeah, it's nowhere in the world.
Yeah, just look up rapping skydiver.
I respect the skydivers, but I'm not gonna be one of them. That's a little too much.
Make sure it's rapping, not raping skydiver, Reg. What the hell? You come out from a cloud? Oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, he got.
I'm never skydiving again.
Yeah, he got to have it.
What kind of skydiving is this? Go skydiving, end up pregnant. What kind of shit is that?
Is it Saturday? No. Is it Tuesday?
Yeah, fast forward to this.
This is 13 years ago. He should at least had 1 million views.
Right, he's 658,000. Here we go. This is funny. Fast, full screen. Of course, he's lip syncing, but still, man.
Nah. Just the fact he can remember his lyrics to lip sync jumping out of plane, he had to be in the Air Force.
Right. You turn down a little bit, Red. Never in your life, huh?
So
not even with the guy that's on your back?
Definitely without the guy on my back. I ain't like the way that look. And I know he's the guide or whatever, but nah. So he had to write the song first, then do it.
This is not a game. This is a plane.
Yeah, he did it.
All right, man.
Congratulations, bro.
K-Rino's gonna do his next album, Skydiving. Right.
Jumping off a porch.
With an umbrella. Well, man, I guess that's gonna do it for the show. This is Legends 34 Sports Podcast. Subscribe, drop a comment, man. We'll see you next time. Peace.
No doubt.
Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
The Houston Astros are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
Don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
This is the Legends 34 Sports Podcast with your hosts, K-Rino and DJ Rec.
What's the score? 7
nothing.
7-0.
Who you got? The Oilers?
The Oilers. Yeah, this the Oilers versus Pittsburgh. Terry
Revenge.
Bradshaw and Franco Harris. And all
The
those
revenge
guys.
game, huh?
It might be cool too if you explain it like you were explaining it, Kay. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? This letter you were saying like this and that is this and that.
Yeah, okay, let me break it
Yeah.
down.
Whenever.
No, I'm doing it now. So right here, this is me. Of course, you don't have an offensive line, and then this one dot is me. These guys are the defense. So I go up, down, forward, backwards. And my job is to wait and try to open up a hole. Like they coming towards me, I got to try to open a hole up. That time I didn't. When they come up, boom, they smash you. So now you try to set it up where you can get a hole open. As soon as you get a hole, if you can get one, I didn't that time. But I want y'all to see me break one. Okay. Not that time either. Fourth down. I'm a clutch guy, so if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Clutch City.
See?
Here, exclusive to Legends 34, fourth podcast.
Exclusive.
Big run.
Make a league and shit.
Big run.
How many you got on? How many yards you got? You broke loose on
Look
them?
like about a 20-something yard little gallop right there.
Got some real estate on that one.
Ghosts of O.J. Simpson in the air.
Gotta set them up.
We never played this, huh, Eric? We never.
Before my time, man.
When was this? What year was
uncles
this?
and cousins all played it. They were older than me.
This is 70s.
70s?
Probably into the 80s. I'm assuming. I forgot what year this
Late
is.
70s? I'm a 77 baby, so.
You say what year?
77?
77?
Yeah.
I remember seeing it.
It was probably, yeah.
I remember the Tiger Electronic ones.
Yeah, I remember those too.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact year this came out.
We got did we get Eric the first one? Atari or what?
Oh, it's a video game console? Yeah, I think the 2600.
Hey!
Whoa.
That's a touchdown?